Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's learning series, Ski Tips for Reopening, your guide to snow worries on opening day. With the 2021 season quickly approaching, my goal today is to offer some guidance for reopening safely and effectively, and to offer some thoughts on how accesso can help you do that. My name is Phil Schwartz, Sales Director at accesso. I have just about 10 years of experience working with the ski industry, both directly as a resort operator and here at accesso, where we provide solutions for well over 100 ski areas. I wanted to start by saying that we recognize that this is a challenging time for our industry. We want to make sure we're supporting our clients as best as we can, and I hope the information I'll be sharing today can help you to strengthen your business and serve your guests when the time comes to welcome them back to your resort. The reality is that technology has always been a critical piece of the puzzle that is ski area management. At accesso, we believe strongly that your technology should give you the tools you need to solve problems, not create them. That being said, there are a lot of unique challenges that resorts are facing for this upcoming season. While our current circumstances are definitely not ideal, I think it does offer resorts an opportunity to reimagine the guest experience. We're focused on helping you to make changes that are good for the long term and not just slapping Band-Aids onto the challenges that COVID is presenting now. What I want to cover today breaks down into three main concepts: keeping your staff and guests safe, continuing to drive revenue, and using your technology to maximize guest loyalty to your resorts. I'll start by discussing some topics surrounding guest and staff safety. One of the most important ways I think ski areas can make their resorts safer for both guests and staff is reducing in-person transactions. This will not only make everybody's lives easier and help you to increase revenue, but it will also help to reduce lines for tickets and passes, rentals, and ski school. My biggest piece of advice today will probably be that it is going to be critical for resorts to ensure that your e-commerce is prepared to support selling the products you want to sell in an intuitive way. You'll want to get as many of your products online as possible so that you can better gauge and control demand, achieve advanced commitment, and reduce in-person transactions. Just as important though, if not more, is that your solution must be ready to handle what will almost certainly be more traffic than you've seen before on your online store. So really two big considerations. Can your store do a good job making it fast and easy to sell your products, including those with any time and capacity restrictions? And can your store support a big increase in the number of people buying online? Overall, there are really a lot of ways that technology can help you to offer a safe experience at your resort. The reality is that every resort is likely handling things a little bit differently based on local regulations and their own expectations for their guests and pass holders. I'll briefly talk about a few of the key parts of our systems that can assist you. One of the biggest and newest challenges many resorts are facing is managing the number of people at your resort at any given time. The good news is we have a wide variety of tools to help you navigate each resort's unique approach. Whether you need to limit day ticket holders or require loyal pass holders to reserve a spot on the hill, utilizing our flexible capacity and timed product restrictions, as well as our reservations functionality, will allow you to easily control how many people are at your resort and when. These features will help you to make sure you don't oversell, but don't undersell either. They also tie into our access control solutions. We support a variety of access control methods, including scanning options and integrations with RFID partners that will minimize direct contact with the guest, but also help you to ensure that only people who have purchased the right products are granted access to certain areas of your resort. Aside from controlling capacity, mobile food ordering and cashless cards are also great ways to support social distancing at your resort. At accesso, we offer a mobile food and beverage pre-ordering solution, which is a huge tool to add to your arsenal in an effort to reduce congestion at your resort, and something I'll be discussing in greater detail shortly. Finally, allowing guests to preload money onto their season pass or a resort spending card will reduce the amount of cash exchanging hands and make it very easy for guests to purchase around the mountain. One of the biggest concerns for ski areas right now is figuring out just how to decongest areas that typically see long lines on busy days. This leads me into something that is a very new concept for the ski industry, but is something accesso has been helping to solve for in other industries for well over a decade, and that's the concept of virtual queuing. What we like to do with virtual queuing is essentially eliminate the need for guests to stand in a big physical line. In the context of social distancing, the obvious benefit here is that we are reducing those choked up areas. However, more broadly, we are also improving the guest experience with virtual queuing, as it's nobody's idea of a good time to arrive at your resort ready to go just to get in an hour-long line for the base gondola or a 45-minute line at the rental shop to get their gear. So what does this mean and how does this work? In one hypothetical example, guests can pull out their phone, which will allow them to activate a session, which can accommodate up to 6 people at a time. They can view a list of available lifts and lift times and make a reservation, and a timer will begin to count down and adjust in real time to any lift status changes, as well as adjusting as space becomes available. A QR code will appear on their phone when the countdown is complete, and a lift attendant can then validate the QR code and grant them entry to the queue line. This is just one potential use case for virtual queuing, but I think it could be applicable for your rental shop with guests pre-reserving a time to arrive and get their gear, or other high traffic areas where you tend to see long lines. Another way for us to help you in reducing in-person transactions, as well as reducing lines in various areas of your resort, is by collecting all of your waivers ahead of time, digitally. We have native solutions within our applications, as well as a variety of different flavors of integration with a great partner of ours called OneRisk. OneRisk gives you the ability to collect a digital signature, store your waivers in the cloud, and email copies of waivers to the guest, in addition to easily retrieving everything later as needed. We can also assist you with setting up health waivers in a resort app to ensure guests showing up to your resort will not put anyone else at risk. However you want to do it, we can help support you so that the guest doesn't get clogged up in a line and you know that guests are safe before they're at the resort. In addition to making things safer, accesso is ready to help you drive revenue. Whether that's through your core product set in your online store or by allowing your guests to pre-order food and beverage from the lift, we're ready to support you to make these processes easy, regardless of how your guests want to purchase. From home, from the parking lot, from a computer, or from their phone out on the hill. From an e-commerce perspective, accesso gives you the ability to get your products into beautiful, consolidated online stores. The more you can put online, the more people will buy ahead. Our products are intuitive to use with a significant focus on making the purchase process fast, regardless of what kind of device the guest is using. Our stores are built with the mobile experience in mind first, with over half of all online purchases now coming from phones and tablets. More specifically, with accesso Passport, we give you some great tools for upselling and cross-selling the products you've invested so heavily in marketing and creating. With Amazon sharing with the world that 35% of their revenue comes from cross-selling and upselling, we know that this is a powerful way to bring in business and make sure guests are considering your full product set. Incentivizing guests to pre-purchase tickets with dynamic pricing is another great way to encourage advanced commitment. Lastly, get creative and bundle your products. Guests love a deal, and we've seen some fun ones with everything from standard lift, lesson, and rental packages to tickets that come with a discounted Bloody Mary. We're here to support you in package creation. The last topic I wanted to cover today was how to better maximize guest loyalty. As season pass wars heat up more and more every year in the ski industry in a battle for pass holder loyalty, and as guests consider where the best place is for them to spend their family's time, we want to give you the tools to add value to your guest experience. The reality is that the ski industry is changing. Younger generations are simply not skiing as much as the baby boomer generation has. Some studies show it will take double the number of millennials to replace every baby boomer who hangs up their skis. Even when younger folks do make it to the hill, according to NSAA, up to 83% of beginners drop out of skiing. So we need to be thinking about how we can not only attract guests to your resort, but how do we keep them coming back and hopefully bringing their family and friends with them? The good news is it's becoming more clear that people are increasingly prioritizing experiences over products. This is great news for the ski industry and is a concept that I think ski areas really need to harness and leverage in their marketing efforts. People want to come experience the mountains, and it's our job to help you help them in enjoying their time when they do. One of the first ways to start thinking about how to improve the experience is by really looking at things through your guest's eyes. What does it feel like to be a guest in the highest traffic areas of your resort? Are there opportunities to reduce friction and frustration? If their first impression of your resort is a long line to buy a ticket at the window, followed by a slow process filling out a pen and paper rental form and standing in a long line to get their equipment, that's no good. If it takes your guest an hour and a half just to get onto the snow, how likely do you think it is that they're going to want to come back? What if I could pre-order my breakfast burrito from my car, pick my ticket up that I purchased online at a kiosk, and go directly to the rental tech to grab my pre-purchased rental equipment instead of waiting with everybody else? It's critical to be considering how your technology can speed up processes in these areas. Supporting fast and seamless transactions and pre-purchasing can go a long way to making your guest day exactly what they're looking for. Another utility that we offer, honestly, one of the most powerful pieces of technology that I think we have is accesso SiriusWare's member or passholder benefit functionality. Passholder benefits allows you to come up with various rewards for passholders, whether pre-season or on the fly throughout the season. This can be as straightforward as unlimited discounts on lessons or rentals, or one free buddy ticket once a year. However, it can also help you to support scenarios like weekly benefits that reload automatically, maybe a food and beverage deal or a quick wax on your most premium season pass. Maybe you're seeing low visitation on your senior passes and you want to encourage them to come up midweek. Throw them a one-time deal to bring a friend at half price, Monday through Thursday. Benefits can be tracked easily and can also be redeemed online. Guests just log into your e-commerce store, view their available benefits, and check out. At the resort, all guests need to do is show their pass to redeem. In times like this, where resorts are competing fiercely to hold on to their pass holders or attract new ones, making it easy for pass holders to enjoy the benefits they get for committing to your resort is imperative. These are some of your most valuable guests. Make them feel that way. So what I'd like to do now is to actually get into some of the software and give you a look at how some of these topics work in practice. So I'm going to jump into our accesso Passport e-commerce solution and talk about how it can help you with all three of the main concepts I've talked about so far: safety, driving revenue, and improving guest loyalty. So the first thing I'd like to show you when I jump into the Passport store here is our dynamic pricing calendar. As I said earlier, incentivizing guests to pre-purchase with our dynamic pricing is a great way to get pre-commitment and make sure that you're leveraging supply and demand efficiently. Guests are absolutely accustomed to dynamic pricing now when we book travel, professional sports tickets, and beyond. So you'll see here as I make my selections. So I'll start with just a basic one-day lift ticket. And we'll add my rate type here as one adult coming. And I'm just going to pop into September here so we can see how easy it is for the guest to quickly compare whether they would like to come on an off-peak day or pay more for a busy holiday date or weekend. Now, moving to my group lesson product, there's a couple things I'd like to highlight. Our e-commerce solutions will allow you to pull available capacities and times in real time, as I said earlier. And this way, your guests that are shopping online can see the same availability that your cashiers and phone operators are seeing on site at the resort. So as I move through this purchase process, I can see the variety of different lesson levels here, and I'll just make my selection for first-timer group lesson. And that will pull what times and how many of those times are available in real time. So this is a great way to make sure that you're filling up all of your spots, but not overselling either. And as I make that selection, I'm also presented with some cross-sell opportunities. And in this example, I'm offered some other products that anybody purchasing a group lesson might also want to consider. So rentals and making sure that I have an actual ticket for the day. I'll skip those for now and just proceed right to the cart. And here I wanted to highlight at the bottom what we call our cart cells. And this is a great last opportunity to make sure that your guests are considering any products that you have that you really want all guests to be offered. So this could be a special event. This could be parking if you offer paid parking or preferred parking areas, or lesson clinics. But it's a great last effort to make sure that guests are aware and are considering your full product set. The concept of improving guest loyalty and really offering people the experience that they're after when they come to your resort. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some exciting technology we have that's really focused on elevating the guest experience. With the Experience Engine, or TE2 as we call it, we offer a way for you to communicate with your guests in real time in an informative and personalized way. Here we have an example of our mobile app that could provide a detailed resort map and store the guests' previously purchased items and pre-arrival health waivers. Most importantly, it gives you a way to develop a central guest identity and enable a stored wallet for all their entitlements, passes, and payment methods. All in all, there are a ton of opportunities with TE2 to interact with guests intelligently and in real time, personalizing things for them based on a variety of criteria that could include who and where they are and their past activities at your resort. In addition, TE2 offers easy-to-use methods for mobile food and beverage ordering. This will help you improve safety, drive revenue, and improve the guest experience. With our mobile pre-ordering solution, we can offer you a way to take contactless payment, prepare food ahead of time while guests are out enjoying the mountain, increase transaction size with F&B upsells, and really increase guest satisfaction while doing so. Overall, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think anybody is thrilled to be in these complicated times, navigating new problems with unclear timelines. However, I really do feel strongly that it's forcing us to reimagine things, and that can absolutely have long-term benefits for your resort and your guests. If you're investing in technology, you want it to be beneficial for the long haul. Many of the tools I talked about today are already baked into our core software. Some are new, innovative pieces that we're really excited to be able to bring into the ski industry. What we want to help you do is to truly start to understand who your guests are, how they're spending time at your resort, and provide them with the tools for a more frictionless experience. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. We really are looking forward to working with you to welcome your guests back in a way that is safe and fun and easy for your staff. And with that, I want to thank you for watching. We really do look forward to working with you to welcome your guests back in a way that is safe and fun and easy for your staff. And I hope that what we went over today will help you to do that.